We're going to go through an 8270 fish export to the EU this afternoon. So this is the dashboard that you'll see when you first log into the system. So to start a new application, just click the green button. We're going to assume that we haven't used this before, so click a different certificate and continue. This is going to take you into Form Finder. So we're going to type in the number of certificates that we'd like to do and search. And there's the certificate there. This is the fishery project to the EU certificate. First question it's going to ask you, do you need a block of certificates? You can apply for up to 100 at the same time for this particular certificate. For this case, we're going to say no and continue. So we're just going to go through the sections of the form now. We've got section 1 about your application. So we're going to confirm our commodity, save and continue, and then we're going to create a reference number. This is a free tool that you can use for anything that will be applicable to your business. So say, for example, an invoice reference number. We've put in the number of certificates already. We're going to put the export destination. So it's going to ask us for the point of entry into the EU. So we're going to France for this one. And then the destination country. The destination country we're going to pick today is Spain. And save and continue. And it's going to ask us about our certifier. So you need to search for your vet here. You can do that by the name, the address, or the location. When you've found your certifier, just click select there on the right, and it's telling us that this application will go through and the vet will be able to print this on white paper. So just check the details are correct, check that you've got the correct vet, and confirm and continue. We've completed section 1. Section 2 is the information required by ASA. So it's going to ask us where is the certification going to take place. So we're going to say England. And then it's asking us who is exporting the product. So most of the time this is going to be yourself unless you're acting on behalf of somebody else as an agent. And save and continue. Origin of the product, so select as many as apply. You can pick more than one if you want to. We're just going to say GB for this application. And then it's going to ask us for the planned date of export. Now, we can apply for the certificate on the same day that we are going to use it. So, for example, you've got a live export that you'd like to take out that day. You could do the application first thing in the morning, and then obviously with the agreement, your certifier will be able to do their part of the application later on in the day. We'll show you how quick that is in a sec. So this is the information required on the certificate. We're just going to go through this information. It's asking what are the commodity codes, details of the commodity, and the production area. Now, for most of the fields within the certificate, it's going to say that you do not have to answer every question. It's going to say that you skip questions if you don't have the information right now. So once you've submitted the application, you can't put any information in yourselves as an exporter. Anything that you need to add to the application will have to go to your certifier, and your certifier will have to add the information on. So we've asked you to please complete as much information at the point of application as you can. Put in anything, whatever is applicable to your application. Anything you've missed, just tick skip and save and continue. So we've completed that field. So what's the intended use of the product? We're going to say human consumption. And then the details, just click that. And then it's going to ask for scientific species name, whether it was wild. We're going to say live. But we don't have the details of the vessel or the manufacturing plant at this point, so we're going to skip that and save and continue. And then we've got place of origin. Again, it's going to ask for name, address, and the approval number. And save and continue. It's going to ask for who is the exporter, so 9 times out of 10 that's going to be yourself. The telephone number at the moment, so we're going to save and continue. And how is the product going to be packaged? We're going to say no, it's not packaged for the consumer at the moment. 10 packages in this assignment. So where will the consignment be loaded? Say port for this one. How is it going to be transported? What is the date of transport? And we're going to say it's going on a vessel. Where you would have the ship name, container numbers. So we've got as much as we can there, save and continue. So it's asked you, is the destination of your consignment EU or a third country? So we said Spain, so our final destination is EU. And then what is the final destination in the EU of this consignment? So our final destination in the EU is Spain. And the code there is not EU, ES. And save and continue. So which border control places it's going to come into? It's going to come into half. So the post there is DH1. And save and continue. And the destination third country. So it doesn't apply in this case. We're not going to destination third country, so we're going to skip that question and save. So for consignments transiting new countries, who is responsible for, put the person's name in, who is responsible for the consignment, and then put the address in. We don't have the postcode at this moment, so we're just going to skip that last one and save and continue. So where will consignment be stored during transit? Just put the details. Save. Question, who is the importer? Just add the name, the address, if you have it, and the phone number if you have it. So there you go, we've completed all the questions there. If you need to upload any supporting documentation, you can do so via that link there. Application, we're going to assume that we don't need anything. We're going to check our answers. It's going to take you to the Review Your Answers page. So just check all the details you've put in correct and happy with everything. If there's anything you need to change, just click the change link there on the right. Scroll down to the bottom, and then you've got the option there to be able to see get at the bottom. So if we just click on the specimen certificate, and there's our specimen certificate. So that's what it's going to look like when it's actually been completed. So for the first part, you've got all that in English. And then if we scroll through, we've then got the second part of our certificate is in French there. And if we scroll through the French certificate, on the back, we've then got finally our certificate there in Spanish. So if we're happy with the way everything looks on the certificate, we're going to go back to the application. Just click continue. Click to submit the application, confirming that the details are correct. And you're going to get the message that you successfully submitted the application. So it's going to give you a reference number there. You will get an email confirming the case ID and telling you that the application has been submitted. Details at the bottom there to contact DAFA if you need to. If you just click view applications, it will take you back to the dashboard. So there's the application there that we've just put in. So it's telling us the application reference, the EHC number, the reference that we put in the free text field, the destination, what date we submitted it on, what current status. So the current status of that application is submitted. So in a minute, that submitted is going to change itself to dispatched. So just a word about how you can clone an application. You can clone any application in any status on your dashboard. So for example, we're just going to clone the application just so you can see what it looks like. So just click clone. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to clone this application? We're going to say yes and continue. It's going to ask you, do you want to use the same application reference number? We're going to say no. So we're going to have a different application reference number so we know where we're up to. And save and continue. And then it's going to take us straight back into that review our answers page. So say, for example, you do a regular export to the same type of exporter, you're using the same exporter details, and it's going to the same importer, and it's got the same type of commodity. You can keep reusing the same certificate. You could just change the dates and the weights, whatever is applicable. So check all the details there on the review your answers page or as you need them to be. Scroll all the way back to the bottom, and then click continue. And again, go through submit application and click submit. And again, it's giving you your application reference number. Obviously, cloning the application is much, much quicker than going through a brand new application each time. So if you could use that, you will save yourself a lot of time. Click for your applications to go back to the dashboard. So there's that demo that we've just done there. That's just on submitted. And that application that we did first of all, that's now changed to dispatched. So this is all in real time. This is how it will work on the live system. Basically, that means that that application is now available for your certifier to go in, do the work on, download the certificate and stamp and sign it, and you can go and pick that up whenever you are ready to do so with your certifier's agreement. So it can be done in real time. It can be done on the same day for a live export. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for your time.